home with the Livermore Public Library. My name is Miss Caitlin, and today we are going to use our shakers. So please grab a shaker or a rattle for the songs towards the end of story time. Good morning, Livermore families! Let's begin today with Hello, Hello. This is a repeat after me song, so everything I say, you should say too. Ready? Hello, hello. Can you clap your hands? Hello, hello. Can you clap your hands? Can you stretch up high? Can you touch your toes? Can you turn around? Can you say hello? Hello, hello. Can you stomp your feet? Hello, hello. Can you stomp your feet? Can you stretch up high? Can you touch your toes? Can you turn around? Can you say hello? Well, excellent job. Now let's get our hands ready by singing Open, Shut Them. Open, shut them, open, shut them. Give a little clap, clap, clap. Open, shut them, open, shut them. Put them in your lap, lap, lap. Creep them, crawl them, creep them, crawl them. Right up to your chin, chin, chin. Open up your mouth real wide. But do not let them in. Open, shut them, open, shut them. Give a little clap, clap, clap. Open, shut them, open, shut them. Put them in your lap, lap, lap. So now let's talk about our letter of the day. Today's letter is X. X is the first letter of words like xylophone. But you know what? There aren't very many words that start with X, but you can often find it at the end of words or somewhere in the middle. So, for today's picture, I drew a box because box ends in X. You'll also find the letter X in our word of the day. Our word of the day today is experiment. Experiment is a scientific test done to discover something. You'll see lots of experiments in the book that we read. Let's sing a song to go along with our letter of the day. Today's letter is X. X is the last letter of box, so we are going to sing a song about a box. So this one, you'll have to keep an ear out for the animal noises. Do you know your animal noises? Can you guess what animal goes with the noises? So I want you to put on your thinking caps and think of all the animal noises you know, okay? Ready? Here is the box. Open the lid. I wonder whatever inside is hid. Ba! 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 What animal makes that sound? It's a sheep. Without a doubt, open the box and let it out. There he is, little Baa Baa sheep. So let's do it again. Here is the box. Open the lid. I wonder whatever inside is hid. Blub, blub, blub. What makes that sound? It's a fish. Without a doubt, open the box and let it out. Blub, blub, blub. It's our little fishy. There's one more animal hiding. Here is the box. Open the lid. I wonder whatever inside is hid. Cheep, cheep, cheep. What makes that sound? It's a chick. Without a doubt, open the box and let it out. Cheep, cheep. Very good job. Let's read a book. Today we are going to read Ada Twist, Scientist by Andrea Beaty and David Roberts. Do you recognize the artwork? If you signed up for the summer reading game, you might have seen this on the registration page. Ada Marie said not a word till the day she turned 3. She bounced in her crib and looked all around, observing the world, but not making a sound. She learned how to climb and made her big break with a trail of chaos left in her wake. She ran through the day chasing each sound and sight and didn't slow down till she conked for the night. She is quite the busy baby. Her parents were frazzled, but tried not to freak as Ada grew bigger and still did not speak. Clearly young Ada, with lots in her head, would have something to say when it ought to be said. That's just what happened when Ada turned 3. She tore through the house on a fact-finding spree and climbed up the clock just as high as she could. Her parents yelled, "Stop!" as all good parents would. Ada's chin quivered, but she did not cry. She took a deep breath and she simply asked, "Why?" Why does it tick? And why does it talk? Why don't we call it a granddaughter clock? Why are there pointy things stuck to a rose? Why are there hairs up inside your nose? She started with why, and then what, how, and when. By bedtime she came back to why once again. She drifted to sleep as her dazed parents smiled at the curious thoughts of their curious child, who wanted to know what the world was about. They kissed her and whispered, "You'll figure it out." Her parents kept up with their high-flying kid, whose questions and chaos both grew as she did. So many questions. She's a curious young mind. Even Miss Greer found her hands were quite full when young Ada's chaos wreaked havoc at school. But this much was clear about Miss Ada Twist. She had all of the traits of a great scientist. Ada was busy that first day of spring, testing the sounds that make mockingbirds sing, when a horrible stench whacked her right in the nose, a pungent aroma that curled up her toes. "Zowie," said Ada, which got her to thinking, what is the source of that terrible stinking? How does a nose know there's something to smell? And does it still stink if there's no nose to tell? She rattled off questions and tapped on her chin. She'd start at the start where she ought to begin. A mystery, a riddle, a puzzle, a quest. This was the moment that Ada loved best. Ada did research to learn all she could of smelling and smells, both stinky and good. One hypothesis Ada thought could be true. The terrible stink came from Dad's cabbage stew. She tested and tested, but soon Ada knew it was time to come up with hypothesis 2. Then, zowie! The stink struck again, just like that. Hypothesis 2, it's caused by the cat. The cat couldn't make such a stink on its own. It needed perfume and some fancy cologne. So young Ada tested. The test was a flop. She started again, but her parents yelled, "Stop!" Look at the poor kitty. I know my cat wouldn't put up with that. Ada Marie, to the thinking chair now. By the time we count to 3. Can you count to 3? 1, 2, 3. Enough, said her mother. That's it, said her dad. Her parents were frustrated, frazzled, and mad. Why? Ada questioned. Her mother said, no. What? Ada queried. Her father said, go. You've ruined our supper. You've made the cat stink. Enough with your questions. Now sit there and think. She looked at her parents. Her heart turned to goo. Poor Ada Twist didn't know what to do. She sat all alone by herself in the hall, and Ada once more could say nothing at all. And so Ada sat, and she sat, and she sat, and she thought about science and Stu and the cat, and how her experiments made such a big mess. Does it have to be so? Is that part of success? Are messes a problem? And while she was thinking, what was the source of the terrible stinking? Ada Marie did what scientists do. She asked a small question, and then she asked 2. And each of those led her to 3 questions more, and some of those questions resulted in 4. As Ada got thinking, she really dug in. She scribbled her questions and tapped on her chin. She started at why, and then what, how, and when. And at the end of the hall, she realized why once again. Her parents calmed down, and they came back to talk. They looked at the hallway and just had to gawk. No patch of bare paint could be seen on the wall. The thinking chair now was the great thinking hall. They watched their young daughter and sighed as they did. What would they do with this curious kid who wanted to know what the world was about? They smiled and whispered, "We'll figure it out." And that's what they did, because that's what you do when your kid has a passion and heart that is true. They remade their world, and now they're all in the act of helping young Ada sort fiction from fact. She asked lots of questions. How could she resist? It's all in the heart of a young scientist. So instead of drawing on the wall, she now has lots of graph paper. It's a much better thing to draw on. Don't draw on the walls, kids. And as for that smell, what can Ada Twist do but learn all she can with her friends in grade 2? Will they discover the stink that curls toes? Well, that is the question, and someday, who knows? The end. Okay, everybody, now it's time to stand up, and we are going to sing head, shoulders, knees, and toes. Ready? Head, shoulders, knees, and toes, knees and toes. Head, shoulders, knees, and toes, knees and toes. Eyes and ears and mouth and nose. Head, shoulders, knees, and toes, knees and toes. Excellent. Now, can we do it just a little quieter? Can you practice your inside voices and whisper it? I bet you can. Head, shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes. Head, shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes. Eyes and ears and mouth and nose. Head, shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes. That was very quiet. Good job. Now for this last one, we are going to practice doing it as fast as we can. Do you think you can do it faster than me? Give it a try. Ready, set, go. Head, shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes. Head, shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes. Eyes and ears and mouth and nose. Head, shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes. Whew, that was super quick. Good job. Did you beat me? Oh, Excellent. Now it's time to grab your shaker or your rattle for these next two songs. I'm going to start with our opposite song. So can you get your shaker ready and sing along with me? We shake our shakers up and down, up and down, up and down. We shake our shakers up and down, shake our shakers. We shake our shakers left and right, left and right, left and right. We shake our shakers left and right, shake our shakers. We shake our shakers front and back, front and back, front and back. We shake our shakers front and back, shake our shakers. We shake our shakers round and round, round and round, round and round. We shake our shakers round and round, shake our shakers. We shake our shakers fast and slow, fast and slow, fast and slow. We shake our shakers fast and slow, shake our shakers. Very good. Now this last song we're going to do is the alphabet song. So be sure to shake your shaker with every letter that we say. Ready? A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. Now I know my ABCs. Next time, won't you sing with me? You are so good at learning your alphabet. Very nice. So that's it for today. Thank you so much for joining us for Storytime at Home with the Livermore Public Library. Today we're going to say goodbye by singing We clap our hands like this. We clap our hands like this. We clap our hands like this. We clap our hands with all our friends. We clap our hands like this. We stomp our feet like this. We stomp our feet like this. We stomp our feet with all our friends. We stomp our feet like this. We wave goodbye like this. We wave goodbye like this. We wave goodbye to all our friends. We wave goodbye like this. Goodbye everybody, and I will see you next time.